and you, and then these guys right here, and then a few people up there. They just really were killing it. All right, we're gonna play you another old song, and then we're gonna do a few new ones, and we'll get to sit down again. There's a few of you during that last song. I don't usually look in the front because I feel awkward. I don't want to like freak anyone out. But a few people, I mean, we're like this. And I was like, is that joy or tired? So, one more, rockin' one, and then we'll sit down. And we'll just read. It's okay. Listen, I represent those of you who prefer to sit. You know, we like options. No, it's not even an option. It's like if there's not an option, I don't like to go to the show. If I'm gonna go to a concert and there's nowhere to sit, I generally like to find a wall, and then I have this whole thing I do where I go up on my like the balls of my feet, and then I do this thing using my my body weight to sort of lean up against the wall, and it's like I'm sitting. I would pay more money if I was in a venue and they didn't have seating. I would pay more money for them to just even put a chair in the basement. Like I don't even care where I have a swing on the side for it. Well, I'm the laziest person. I remember when I first moved to Montreal, I was like a young person. I was the young age of 23-ish, I think. I was 23. What's that? Oh, go, yes. Sir, that has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But also, I do like the Montreal Canadiens, so right on. But that's just, it's like... Go Canucks! Yeah. It's sort of like, I'll assume that you're just bored by my story, sir. I'm just kidding. But anyways, I was just gonna say when I was 23 and I moved to Montreal, oh wait, I get it. That's why you said go Habs go, because I said Montreal. It's no longer Sir, I apologize. Apologize to the man. I do, I'm sorry. Do you want to go in the audience and give him Sir, I apologize. It's me. It's not you. Anyways, I moved to Montreal and I was a young person. Go Habs, go! Yeah. I was actually super excited to go to Montreal Canadiens game, and I would always sit during those too. But anyways, except when they score, in which case then you jump up and you give like 10 seconds of love. But anyways, I used to go see concerts all the time, and I immediately fell in with this group of people who loved to go out dancing, and like they were so hip, and they only had like half the hair on one side and long hair on the other side, and they just, are you talking about me? And then they would like roll up one pant leg or like leave one pant leg down, and then they just rode their bicycles without helmets, which I now think is incredibly dangerous, but at the time I thought was like so badass, and I just was like, I love it, I love Montreal, I love it, but anyways, they would always want to stay out all the time, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't a fit child or what, but like, my hips, I just don't have the stamina, you know, and I just would like be out with all these people, and they'd be so hip and cool, and just dancing all the time, and I remember this one time, the review for the show, the people were first of all, the bitches never shut up. Number two, all they talked about was how they wanted us to stand, so we fucking stood, and then they just fucking wouldn't shut up. Sorry. Jesus. Just for the record, you talk a lot, and this was going to be the one moment where I just talked a little bit. I'm such a bitch about it. I'm just playing the other side. I'm with you, sister. Tell another story. Yeah. That's it. That was basically the story was that I really admired this group of people with really good hips, and they just always were dancing and having fun, and I was always looking for a way to sit down with them. I'd always be like, let's go over here and sit down and talk. Or I'd be like, oh, that bar sounds amazing. Like, what kind of seating is there? What time do we have to get there to get a seat? You know? And they'd be like, let's just go at like 2. And I'd be like, that sounds like, that's a bad idea. I think a lot of the seats will be taken by then. I'll go early, you guys meet me there. Anyways, I was gonna say one time we went to see Peaches. That was where I was going with the fucking story. I'm almost done. Anyways, I went to go see Peaches, and there was not adequate seating. And I ended up having a really fun time, but I swear to God, I was like 3 days I couldn't walk afterwards because I had stood for so long. And I was like dancing, and I was having so much fun, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I was like having the best time. And then the next day I woke up and it was like I had to have like hip replacement surgery. Keep in mind, I'm 23.